Well, we're going to talk about this Tina Charles Sue Bird podcast, the snippet that has come out and is making the rounds, and my God, you want to talk about nuclear backlash against these two. I'm really disappointed in Sue Bird. She's been largely positive when it's come to things involving Caitlin Clark. I will tell you something that sends a shiver of fear down my spine when it comes to Sue Bird now. And we thought this was a good thing. Can't take the old WNBA guard out of the old WNBA guard, right?
Caitlin Clark just got roasted like a Thanksgiving turkey, and Sue Bird and Tina Charles brought the gravy. What happened on that court has fans screaming, "Did that really just happen?" Buckle up, because this is pure WNBA chaos, drama, and disrespect served with a side of shady laughter. Let's go.
We have seen that with Stephanie White, who continuously tells us she's been watching Caitlin Clark, and yet now that she's coaching her, she does not even want her to have the ball. So we've seen this happen over plenty of times with plenty of people. And now we have the newest one. We have Sue Bird. Yes, Sue Bird, the 5-time Olympian gold medalist, the 4-time WNBA champion Sue Bird. I've seen this girl praise Caitlin Clark. I've seen this girl throw shade at Caitlin Clark. But this one kind of takes the cake. See, here's my thing about it. I don't like Cheryl Swoop because the way she talks about Caitlin Clark, she has no problem lying on these podcasts and whatnot. However, you don't got to guess, does she like Caitlin Clark? She don't like her, and that's just what it is. I can respect that. I know Angel Reese does not like Caitlin Clark. I can respect the fact that she don't big her up. At least you're standing on it. Don't be fake.
Oh, you thought we'd get through one WNBA weekend without chaos? Think again. Caitlin Clark walked into the arena like she was just hoping for a normal game. Maybe hit some threes, dish some assists, do Caitlin Clark things. Instead, she got hit with the most disrespectful welcome wagon since Regina George got body checked in the high school hallway.
She came up through this corrupt WNBA system, and now she's the managing director for the USA women's national team. In other words, the Olympics. I got to tell you, and let me just say this. Caitlin Clark really has not been right at all, particularly shooting and from an injury standpoint, ever since that Marina Mabrey, Tina Charles, we haven't put enough emphasis on her now that other angles are available. And in my opinion, it looks like she punched Caitlin Clark in the back. That's my opinion. That's what I see. All right? She can...
And sitting courtside, probably sipping tea and cackling like it was open mic night at a roast battle, Sue Bird and Tina Charles, ladies and gentlemen. Clark barely stepped onto the court before someone decided it was time to reenact Gladiator. 1 second, she's bringing the ball up like it's any other possession. Next second, boom, she's horizontal, checking if the court has a reset button. And what did the refs do? Oh, bless them. They blinked twice and said, "Play on." Like it was just a minor inconvenience. Maybe her soul will catch up with her body by halftime.
Another day, another hater has come to the forefront when it comes to Caitlin Clark. Now, understand where I am coming from. If you do not like Caitlin Clark, if you think she is overrated, if you think she is just regular, that is your prerogative. I have no problem with that at all. However, I do not like the fake shit. I do not like when people smile in someone's face and they stab them in the back. And we've seen that happen to Caitlin Clark plenty of times. We have Marina Mabrey, who went out of her way to hug Caitlin Clark while she was minding her business, signing autographs, and then the very next game she injured her and was talking shit. We have Natasha Howard, who went on Sue Bird's podcast and made it seem like Caitlin Clark was her little sister and she always had her back, which is some bullshit, because we can clearly see that when Clark was injured, Natasha Howard did nothing. We can clearly see during the game, Natasha Howard doesn't pass her the ball, doesn't set her any screens, does literally nothing to make you think she actually likes Caitlin Clark. We have seen...
Now, here's the thing. Sue and Tina weren't even playing, but that didn't stop them from enjoying the absolute demolition derby like it was front row seats at WrestleMania. Not a whisper of concern, just full-on chuckles, sideways glances, and probably texting, "Yo, you seeing this?" to Diana Taurasi. Honestly, if you gave them popcorn and a slow-mo replay button, they would have turned it into a viewing party. And the hits didn't stop there. Oh no, because it wasn't just about knocking Clark down physically. It was the vibe, the atmosphere, the energy. You could feel it. Like everyone collectively decided, let's remind the rookie who runs this place. Forget initiation. This was hazing disguised as defense. At this point, someone needs to check if the WNBA replaced its media guide with a Mean Girls script.
Despite everything that has happened, we now have to deal with Trash Sue Bird, married to Trash Megan Rapinoe, talking to apparently Trash Tina Charles, who plays for the Connecticut Sun. It's like this entire league is a cesspool of the most awful people we can come across. Oh my, no, I'm not really upset. I'm having a little fun with it, going a little over the top because it is wild to me, all the absolute nonsense spewed from players and ex-players in the media in the WNBA. So you all might remember this, right? See, that's Tina Charles on the left, burying her fist into Caitlin Clark's back while Marina Mabrey blindsides.
Meanwhile, Clark, poor Clark, is trying to play through it, smiling through the pain. Except the smile, yeah, it's gone. Not the charming Iowa sunshine beam that lights up highlight reels. Nope. Now it's the I haven't slept in 47 years and my coffee betrayed me look. Like she's seconds away from unplugging her mic'd up jersey and walking straight into the ocean.
But let's be honest. This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's like Clark is being personally punished for having the audacity to show up with a fan base, a shoe deal, and talent. Oh, the horror. How dare she draw attention to a league that's been begging for it since 1996? Apparently the marketing boost is fine, the ticket sales are adorable, but enjoying the spotlight? That's treason.
Yeah, laugh it off, blah, 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 and I'm sure she is laughing it off. I would say because she doesn't want to retort from the WNBA, but Kathy Engelbert is spineless. And let me be honest, so is Adam Silver. Adam Silver, you look spineless because you refuse to get involved here. And I think Kathy Engelbert is taking the opinion of all this drama is a great thing for the league because it gets the conversation going. Is it? Because I can tell you right now, with Caitlin Clark fans, there's going to be a tipping point where it goes to the other direction. And that other direction is bleep this league. We're out. We're tired of watching the person we want to support get the shit beat out of them during these games. I mean, honestly. And sometimes I wonder, with these games that Caitlin Clark has missed, has there been some thought of just quitting this league?
And then every time she gets shoved, elbowed, or just casually flattened by someone 3 inches taller and 50 pounds heavier, the commentary turns into a TED Talk on earning respect. As if surviving Mortal Kombat on court wasn't enough. Imagine telling Steph Curry he has to survive being suplexed by Dennis Rodman before we let him shoot threes. That's the energy. Meanwhile, Sue Bird is grinning like she just got sent a leaked group chat of WNBA tea, and Tina Charles is nodding along like she's watching Karma do squats in real time. No sympathy, just petty joy. You can almost hear the unspoken commentary. This is what happens when you skip the WNBA dues and come in with all that college hype. Except Clark's dues? She's paying them in monthly installments of bruises and concussions.
And it says so, Tina Charles and Sue Bird. This is the punch in the back you forgot to show on your podcast. So why is that there? Well, we are going to take a listen and you will find out why it's there. We're going to talk about this absolute nonsense. And maybe some of you will stop being confused and manipulated by Sue Bird. She is not nice. She is not a Caitlin Clark fan. Yes, she wants you to think that at times. She loves to toe that line so she can have the best of both worlds, but she is trash when it comes to Caitlin Clark. She is old school WNBA. Listen to her talking to Tina Charles, who was involved in that play. You saw the picture. We all know what happened.
But insert pictures here. I sent you these pictures after, the big, what was it? The scrum, Connecticut Sun versus Indiana Fever.
They were like
I feel like it was like the perfect depiction of New York at the start.
And you'd think, maybe, just maybe, the league would step in. Issue a friendly reminder that this is professional basketball, not the Hunger Games. But no, the only hunger here is for Clark's destruction, apparently. Every game now feels like a new episode of Who Wants to Eliminate the Rookie, and the veteran contestants are winning in straight sets. But let's not ignore the elephant doing backflips in the room. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball. She's trying to survive a PR war, a locker room cold war, and a highlight reel assassination. She gets one clean drive to the basket, and half the league acts like she just took their parking spot and called their jump shot ugly. It's not a game anymore, it's a spectacle. A weird, bitter mix of basketball, reality TV, and gladiator-level punishment. And right at the center of the storm is a player who just wanted to hoop, but now has to dodge elbows, side eyes, and the occasional passive-aggressive tweet from a retired legend who swears it's not personal.
This is how you treat your prized possession? This is how you treat your cash cow? This is how you treat your savior? This is how you treat the young woman responsible for elevating this unbelievably rancid turd? Well, Casey, why are you acting so surprised? We've always known that the WNBA doesn't know how to treat their stars properly. I'm not talking about the WNBA and the egregious way they treat the Great White Hope. Not only does this dump not know how to create stars, they also have no idea how to take care of them when someone else does all the work creating the star and literally hands the star to these clueless buffoons.
And somehow, in the middle of this beautifully petty mess, fans are either clutching pearls or buying popcorn. Half the crowd's screaming, "Protect Caitlin!" The other half is yelling, "Make her earn it!" And Sue and Tina, still laughing, still unbothered, probably making brunch plans while Clark is picking herself off the hardwood. So what happens now? Clark either becomes the league's greatest underdog redemption story, or she writes a tell-all memoir called Fouled Out, The Caitlin Clark Chronicles by 2026. Either way, the WNBA got what it wanted, attention. Just maybe not the kind you put on a welcome banner. Because when the rookies get wrecked and the legends are laughing, that's not just drama, that's history, honey, WNBA style.